if I hear something like whispering, well, that's enough, don't overdo it. But then I remind myself, no, calories don't count, and I'm going to not deprive myself, and I'm treating myself like I would treat my best friend. You know, my health is the most important thing to me, but I don't think about it in such a naive way or oversimplified way. It's not only about the physical health. I used to think, yes, so that means I'm going to eat perfectly. But that is not health, because it will wreck your mental health and your spiritual health. Hey everyone, it's me, Carbundance, and I am glad that we are back. I have had a really nice weekend in my family. Everyone was there, and it's just a whole different experience for me now that I am living and eating without any restriction. And it's just a difference of day and night. I'm just fully present, and I don't think about any food in between, like other than if I'm hungry or think of food, then I will eat. But besides that, my brain's capacity is just exploding for the things that are really important in life, and I'm just full of love and gratitude for that. So let's hop right into the topic of today. I am responding to a comment that I got by Nora Müller. Hi Nora. And she's been a long-term follower of mine, and I really appreciate all her support and also her critical and encouraging comments. And by the way, we are going to go into what I ate and eat now after that. So how can I determine if my hormones are healthy without testing? That's a really good question. And I have made a lot of ups and downs in my hormonal health state, like through adrenal recovery, secondary hypothyroidism, and like going off of a pill, having all of the acne. That's actually how my channel started. It's actually yeah, you can watch those videos. And like losing half of my hair, acne all over, and just, you know, due to under-eating, but also getting off of the pill, over-exercising. I've been through a lot of hormonal struggles, and I wish I had not been, but at least now I want it to be a advantage for other people, and I am happy to share what I personally learned for myself. Disclaimer, I'm only talking from my own experience. I am not a certified expert in any shape or form. But I hope that you can still get something out of this. So these signs that I'm going to talk about now, that your hormones are healthy without testing, are the ones that I researched thoroughly and also experienced in myself. So I had I actually have these signs now, and I had a lot of phases in my life where I did not have them, but the opposite of those signs. So first sign is you have a cycle. That goes without saying, but yeah, you cannot be hormonally healthy without having a cycle. Then you have a 28-day cycle. Yes, it's okay if it's one day more or one day less or whatever, but it should not stray too much from these 28 days, because ideally, if you have ideally functioning hormones, then it will be 28 days. And of course, we all go through through phases of stress and stuff, and you know, these are all going to influence the cycle, especially the first half of the cycle. But that's a video for itself. I can talk about a perfect cycle. If you're interested in that, let me know. Also, give this a thumbs up if this topic is painful for you, helpful for you. So you have a 28-day cycle, or very close to it. You have a regular cycle, meaning it's not going on and off. And you have no painful periods or PMS. You have like nothing, you know, nothing severe. I used to have, also when I was vegan and kind of eating so low fat, and you know, experts and even vegan doctors are saying, yes, that's the best you could do for your period and cycle. But that's when I had so many cramps also. And I think it's especially because of the very low fat content, but also because of the under eating. Now I used to have to take painkillers when I was on my period. Now I don't have to, and it's a little bit uncomfortable, but then it's also over soon. It doesn't impact the days when I have my period. So you have a healthy resting heart rate, and the mainstream is saying 60, how do you say, 60 pulses? A heart rate of 60 is kind of the most ideal, but when you have, and I do agree, but I didn't used to agree when I was exercising a lot, because exercise, especially cardio, is going to actually also lower your heart rate. But when you are under eating and when you are not in a hormonally healthy state, then a low heart rate is actually going to show that you are not healthy, and a heart rate of 30 or 40 is not healthy by no means. And I don't think anyone should think that, okay, it's just because I am super fit. Like, if in doubt, please assume that it's not because you're super fit, but it's because you are actually not eating enough and your metabolism is not in a healthy state, and your hormones as well. So I would say, according to my experience, you should have a healthy resting heart rate of at least 50 in your follicular phase. That's when, you have 2 phases in your cycle. Before ovulation, that's the follicular phase, and after ovulation, that's the luteal phase. And so in the first half, you should have everything, like the basal, body temperature, and the heart rate are a little bit lower. I also know these things because I'm tracking my cycle, because we also, that's also our way of contraception, is so kind of the natural way. I can talk about this in other videos, let me know if you're interested. And then in the luteal phase, it should be at least 60. And if it's 10 more, like if it's 60 and 70, that's even better. But I'm just really emphasizing here, at least, the very, very, very least. And even like experts say in the mainstream that it should be 60 at all times, like at least 60. So strive for the most ideal. Next one, you have a healthy basal body temperature, and according to experts say it should be 37 degrees Celsius, and you can convert that in Google into Fahrenheit if you need it. In the first half of the cycle, it is always a bit lower than in the second half of the cycle. It's actually a really, really great way to know if you ovulated and when you ovulated. It should be around a 36.5 degrees Celsius, and in the follicular phase, and in the luteal phase, it should be at least 30 or around 37 degrees Celsius. It shouldn't be much lower. And 1 degree makes a big difference, and that goes towards hypothyroidism then, and a very slow metabolism, a too slow metabolism, and it is very, very revealing in terms of how healthy your metabolism and your hormonal health is going. Then you have no thyroid issues, you have no cortisol or adrenal issues, and that I can make a video on that as well. Let me know, because I'm actually, if you write a comment, I'm going to get your comment at some point of time. I just need it in a written form so I remember everything that is requested, so leave it down below. You have no insomnia, like you have no sleep issues, you have no blood sugar problems, because these can be caused by cortisol issues. You have no fertility problems like miscarriages or something. You have no digestive issues like constipation, and you have no extreme hunger. Like, it is not normal to have extreme hunger. That's really important to know. Including, you have no extreme mental hunger, aka you're not thinking about food all of the time. If you have mental hunger all of the time, it means that your body is in an energy deficit, and it has been for a long time. And by responding to that mental hunger until it is gone, you are reversing this, and that is also leading you to hormonal health. Then you have libido, or healthy libido, right? And you have sex drive, period. You have a stable body weight, eating without restriction of any foods. So yeah, many people only have a stable body weight by controlling all of their food intake and their calorie intake. That is not normal, and you know, you should be able to maintain your weight effortlessly when you have healthy hormones. You have strong but not bendy nails. I used to have nails and I thought that meant that they were strong, that were bendy, like I could actually bend them in some form. And that is a little bit scary, but I thought that means they were strong. I don't think that anymore. You have no hair loss. You have no circulation issues. I was talking about that also, but for example, also in the lower legs, the extremities, the hands, or like when you get up, you get dizzy or stuff. You have no anxiety or depression or mood swings, like major mood swings. Yes, the question is what was first, but just saying. You have stable energy, no chronic fatigue. Yeah, all of these things are regulated by your hormones. You are warm even when it's cold. Like it's not normal for you to be freezing all of the time. Yeah, you have no issues concentrating. You are present. You don't have to think about food all of the time, or you know, it's just you are able to concentrate. You don't feel stressed. You are actually calm and feel peaceful, and you have healthy bones. You don't have a lot of injuries or breaking bones, or if you know your bone density, if you had a DEXA scan done, no, not DEXA scan, like an MRI of your bones, it shows a good bone density. And you can actually look at my vegan health crisis timeline. I will put the link below this video that I used to create. There are also a lot of more detailed things what you can watch out for. But I hope these signs help. They should help. You can actually do a lot to know a lot about your hormones without getting them tested. It's just super interesting, and it's very, very, very mind-blowing to see how my hormones just regulated themselves out once I started to go without restriction. So let's go into what I ate a year ago. It's the usual oats again. Is this the, yeah, it's the lightest I can get, the brightest. It's also soy yogurt and fruit again, but there is nuts and coconuts and toasted stuff. And I mean, yeah, you can see by now that it's very repetitive, and I did love my foods, still love these foods, but it's just so repetitive, and it's just not necessary. But the thing is, I could not, like I was feeling so safe with these foods, I just didn't want to change it up. Yeah, let's go through these. Super yummy, no doubt. But yeah, you see all of the coconuts, and that was actually what I was challenging myself with at that point in time, because that was something I didn't eat before. And yeah, this is your reminder to add something to your safe foods today to get one step further. And you have to add it until it doesn't feel scary anymore. Okay, that's the other way around. That's the lunch. Again, you know, I rarely had snacks because they freaked me out. I had this banana ice cream sauce, I guess. It's just, it is super yummy. And yes, I had my Vitamix. And yes, you know, but it's just, I didn't notice it at that time. But I'm just surprised now, like how it just was the normal way of living. Also, like every day was kind of the very same for me. Not only in eating. And that is dinner already. This is actually bread. It's no lasagna anymore. Yay! It is bread with tofu ricotta, kind of scrambled tofu, and spices and avocado and I guess some tahini. But these used to be super, like, these were fear foods for me. And also a very, very dense one. Like, yeah, bread was scary for me for some time. And, you know, I also have the veggies here because I felt the need to compensate in some form because I was so afraid of the calorie density of the bread. It's nothing to be afraid of, and the sooner you can eat the most calorie dense foods, the better you are going to be, and the sooner you're going to be better. But yeah, I was just really celebrating that I dared to have something different and, you know, bread, and it was just super yummy. But I have to say that, you know, even though this was a really, really great step for me, you have to keep in mind that I was actually, like, I wouldn't have admitted it at that point. But what I was actually craving was cream cheese on this bread. I used to love this. So this was not cream cheese. It was kind of a similar kind of feel in the mouth, but it doesn't taste the same. And also other vegan cheeses, yes, they're good ones so far, like by now, but it's not the same. And what I was really wanting in that moment was something else. Not this exactly, but it was a great step forward. This also I took at that day because, you see, it's all of these. I show you. You know, all of the baby hair. I have these all around and they are so long already. They're quite annoying, but I really embrace them and try to really be kind to them. It's all of these. Just wanted to show it to you because you're going to experience this when you're going all in. And it only happened when I was going all in. This is my affirmation app. It says, humility is at the heart of learning from my mistakes. This is exactly what I had to do. This is coffee with my husband. It's a decaf. I had bread, you can see it, and with butter. This used to be my favorite bread from Aldi. It's a rye sourdough whole grain bread, so hearty. This is very, very strong and hearty cheese. It smells a lot. I used to love really strong cheese, and I do now again. And no vegan cheese comes close. That's, even though we have good substitutes by now, but nothing comes close. That's just how it is. And it's not because I'm addicted to cheese. Stop it. Like this, it tastes so good and it's so simple. This is the cheese I was talking about. And then, so this was also 50% fat. It used to freak me out, doesn't anymore. I had the Miracle Whip also. I had some passion fruit, some crispy lettuce on top. I had several passion fruits, actually 3. And then the other bread I had with Nutella, butter and Nutella. Just, yeah, half of it was Nutella and the other half I made with. My body is full of energy and vitality. That's what my affirmation app says now. So it's, yeah, I love these affirmations because, they just help me keep myself, my mind and my thinking positive. So one was with Nuspli and the other one with Nutella. And I always try to make my meals in a way that I would make a meal for a friend. That helps me to actually, like, if my brain says, like, it has become very quiet, like much quieter, the ED voice in my head. But if I hear something like whispering, well, that's enough. Don't overdo it. But then I remind myself, no, calories don't count, and I'm going to not deprive myself, and I'm treating myself like I would treat my best friend. And then sometimes that means I will have to, add more than I had before. Very yummy. Also, I will also, if I notice, well, that's actually not exactly how I want it to taste, it has to be more, then I will take the spoon and just spoon some more and eat it like that. Because, yeah, that's how you rewire. I am grateful for the life I have. Let me know if these affirmations help you, if I should include them, or if you don't care about them. It's actually ones that really helped me, because I really am grateful for the life I have. So recovery is worth it. Then before I went out to make the video, I had this Milchreis. It's actually coconut macaroon, I think you say, and you can microwave it, and it really tasted delicious. Very nice. You can see the ingredients. It's just full fat milk, you know, sugar, there's also egg in it, coconut powder, white chocolate, caramel syrup, caramel sugar syrup, and you know, just things that used to scare the shit out of me, and they're good for me now. You can see the consistency here. Yeah, yummy. Some cinnamon and vanilla going on. And then when I came home, I had this apple strudel. You know, it was one long one, and I think you saw it before, also from Koppenrad and Wiese, but they just had to be eaten because I made them all at once. And then some orange and vanilla pudding, because it just fits so well to it, and some oats. Yummy, yummy. And the apple strudel was, you know, it's apples, then, you know, refined flour, margarine, plant oils, sugar, whole milk, whey powder, all of that stuff. And this, I also added tahini to this. And some orange. Then I had, you know, I had these for a long time in my fridge. When I started my, like when I went more closer to all in, I started to buy bars, and I started with high protein bars because I wasn't as scared of them as of the normal, you know, candy bars. And this was from Lidl, and someone really recommended them on YouTube, and I just went for them and bought several, and I think they taste really shitty, to be honest. Now I still have them, and I just thought, okay, that I could, you know, because everything else tastes so nice, I will just eat it with that one as well. It's made of quark. I don't know, don't recommend them. Also, they are with artificial sweetness. Yeah. Don't need that anymore in my life. But sometimes it's really nice for me to see, like, to feel the difference, to taste the difference. You know, to know why I don't eat them anymore. So the next one, my health is the most important thing to me. It is, but the thing is, something changed really much for me, because I used to think the same, like, all of the time, but in an orthorexia kind of way. Why am I so... I'm like a ghost. Like in an orthorexia kind of way. And, you know, my health is the most important thing to me, but I don't think about it in such a naive way or oversimplified way. It's not only about the physical health. I used to think, yes, so that means I'm going to eat perfectly. But that is not health, because it will wreck your mental health and your spiritual health. And so I would now say my holistic, my overall health is the most important thing to me. And that means that sometimes you have to, that actually includes that you cannot strive for perfection. Yeah. So this is what I ate after. It's chocolate that was already opened, and I have so many Fearfoods in my house. I just need to empty the ones that are open first. It's the white chocolate Oreo version. It's alright, but you know, it's delicious, but I would say it's not the kind of chocolate I would grab if I want some proper chocolate, if you know what I mean. It just tastes cookie doughy like, and that's cool, but not when you really want like the normal chocolate. And I also dipped it in tahini. I am becoming a better person. You can write those down for you if you want, because I felt this in recovery. I am, and also still I am becoming a better person. And in the beginning I felt like, well, the less vegan I am, the worse of a person I become. But the opposite is actually the case, because I am so much more compassionate and I feel so much more love for people. So this was a wrap in the evening. I had beetroot in it, and then some, you call it kefte. It's kind of a vegan, it's made of wheat and it's very, very spicy. So this is also miracle. Oh, I had some Fleischsalat. So this is actually, basically it's mayonnaise and pickles and sausage. I had this. It's one of the most feared foods I used to have, and that's what I had. And some mustard, and then iceberg lettuce, and some green pepper, and some ketchup, and then roll it up and eat it. So beautiful, so nice also. And tahini. I dipped it in tahini. So yummy. And I didn't save on the sauce. As you can see, my wraps used to be a lot drier. Let's put it that way. Yeah, that's it for today. Give this a thumbs up if you liked it, and I'm gonna reverse the ghost. And I will see you next video. Also consider my info box, please, because there are very important things for you written down. And also for the link to my vegan health crisis timeline if you want to know more about how you can know if your hormones are healthy without getting them tested. I still recommend getting them tested, of course, but yeah, you can also find out a lot for yourself. See you next video. Bye.